Last time on Wild West, The Reckoning, the Spirit Chasers, after having woken up to their friend Marcus having mysteriously vanished, and then subsequently finding out via Sendin that he had willingly transported himself to the Nine Hells, they decided to deal with one of the local gangs in Austin, the Drops of Crimson. So, Bruce, using his criminal contact, reached out to their rival gang to the northern portion of the city known as Fairbanks Fellas. He arranged a meeting with one of their members, a man who showed up later on to the Hunters Association known as Nix. They conversed with him, and a deal was struck. Fairbanks Fellas would assist them in ambushing the Drops of Crimson at the local park. Time and date was set. They headed out for the park. Shortly after their arrival, Nix, the new companion to the party, saw someone perched in a tree with a rifle trained on the group, and without taking a second to think, immediately fired. At that moment, all hell broke loose, and a three-way clash ensued that ultimately resulted in the victory for Spirit Chasers and Fairbanks Fellas. But not before Aaron trapped their vampire leader inside of a lead-lined box. Or was it aluminum?
It's aluminum.
In an aluminum box. And that's where we're going to pick it up. So, the... I don't remember if you had finally agreed or not to bringing the box along to Fairbanks.
I at least was on board as soon as they said that we could go with them to make sure.
I think we
Being
agreed that
destroyed.
we'd go with them at the end of the session.
Okay.
We're not just handing him over, but since they're allowing us to go with, I think we're doing it.
All right, sounds good. So they would start quickly. Seemingly, their war priest, knowing that there's a bit of a time limit on this guy's incorporealness, they rapidly lead you out of the park, just kind of leaving the chaos behind, the bodies and whatnot. And they would bring you. Hold on. So you guys would have been over here in the park. Accurate. All right. They would lead you out over in this direction.
Okay.
Bring you over to like a series of there's some buildings here. It seems to be mainly residential. Some of them are still under construction. But there's one that seems to be like as if it's been there longer than the others. Perhaps old enough that it's maybe even been around since like when the city first started getting founded and like local homesteads sort of like bound together, what have you. And it would just like walk up to the door, give a knock, and do any of you know Thieves' Cant?
Oh,
I mean, I feel like Bruce would be
might
better
know.
at that. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce knew.
Next does.
Well, yeah, your allies, you would know that they're speaking the code phrase. And the
I mean,
door would
so
be.
do we
It's
hear what they say then? Because that's still going to be the code phrase, probably.
no, so they don't just say a singular code phrase. Like they don't just say the word. So they kind of like start saying something about milk deliveries, and then I'm bad at this shit, but whatever. They start saying something about milk deliveries. Then they talk about the weather, and then they say something that sounds like part of what could maybe be a prayer, but it's not like one of the major prayers, at least for the Church of the Reckoning. And then you'd hear like a series of locks loose, and the door would be swung inward.
Sorry, I need to oil up the engines on the zoo. She's been quite squealy today.
Can I have the sheet, by the way, Dylan?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you. No, you're good. Well, that was interesting.
You haven't been here before.
No.
Well, it was a matter of time. All right, everyone, come in. Except for you, and
I don't
the
think the box fitting through the door.
yeah, he
Oh.
would have pointed. He would have pointed to you, Aaron, when he said "except for you." And he would. This is the. Yeah, this would be the warlock. The warlock is going to lead you around the back to where there's quite a large cellar door. And he opens it up, and it looks like if you finagle the box just right, it'll barely clear and get down into this basement.
Pivot.
You got to bring it a little over to the left. No, the other left.
Tell the box. I tell the box to just go down.
But you manage to get it in, and you would see this area first, and he would go back up the stairs and close the cellar doors behind. It's very low lit, quite spacious basement that the height and size of it don't match to the actual house above. It definitely extends beyond the bones of the house, I guess, the frame of the house. And you would see there's a staircase that'd be leading upstairs. And for the most part, there just seems to be like a couple of crates in here. A table off in a corner with a couple of chairs and like some playing cards laid out, and an empty bottle of wine. The rest of you would come in upstairs into this moderately furnished house. It's like just nice enough that it's almost approaching where it's like, oh, this might have cost some money, but then like you see the wear on some of the stuff and you're like, maybe not. And the house is very unassuming. And the other two, the war priest and the druid, would lead you through the foyer and into the kitchen, into what you assume to be a pantry door until you realize that it is in fact stairs down to the basement. And you would notice that when you enter, there was nobody at the door. The door just swung open. And it would close behind you guys.
Well,
Some
that's
kind of
ominous.
psionics. A little
But-
concerning after recent events.
Was that psionics or just a clever use of the mage hand?
You're unsure, but you can make an Arcana check if you want to.
Yeah, I'll make an Arcana check. 19.
Ignore that 4. I didn't say I cast guidance.
All right. Not psionics. Could be either there's some sort of enchantment on the door, or it could be clever use of an invisible mage hand.
Okay, not as worrying
Oh yeah,
anymore.
arcane tricksters have invisible mage hands.
But as you all kind of head down the stairs into the basement and file into this particularly large and widened subterranean space, the warlock would just kind of look over at you, Aaron, and just go, all right, I guess set it down if you can, and we'll call the boss over.
All right.
Welcome to boss.
I command it to go over. I tell it to go down to, like, point at the crowd.
Okay.
There's still faint music coming from it. Because I think
long does
that's
it
what I
last?
think it has to for animating performance. The animating performance lasts for I think an hour. Let me check. The performance of creation lasts for proficiency bonus hours.
The music is from Performance of Creation.
Yeah, but it's faint music. Uh, uh, 1 hour. So the
Okay.
box will be around for 4 hours. It can be moving for 1.
All right. I'd say it didn't take a full hour to get over here, but you'd be closer to that hour being up. I'd say you'd have about like a solid 25 minutes left.
Yeah.
But you would watch as the warlock would reach into a pouch and pull out a shard of glass and look into it and sort of do something where he like manipulates the wave a little bit. And there'd be like a flash from the glass, and he would just kind of hold it up to his face and then quickly, like holding it in his palm, flip it around to just kind of show everybody in the room and the box, and then flip it back. And then he would just kind of nod. You'd see like whatever sort of brief enchantment there was on this piece of glass dissipate, and he would put it back into the satchel and just, all right, boss is on his way.
All right.
So, how long you guys have been going around doing this kind of business?
I've been with Fairbanks for the past 5 years.
Treat you well?
I'm well enough.
Any idea what's going to be done with Mr. Fangface in the box?
Well, likely. He can't speak. So probably something to make him be able to talk again.
There's also mind reading you could employ.
You want to go into the head of a vampire.
I mean, shouldn't be dangerous. It's not like they can fight back. They're not really psionic beings.
It's more so, this is a very ancient creature, I think, at least.
The war
That
priest. Very good.
may or may not be capable of attacking back. But that's just me.
I think you're overthinking things.
Well, I don't deal with undead, so I deal with other creepy shit.
The war priest would kind of chime in. Fuck, what voice I do for him?
Whatever, man.
I don't remember, but this is what you're getting now.
Okay, Bon.
He would say, if you would like, you currently are the ones that have him trapped inside the box. Go ahead, prod around in his mind. The questions that we are going to ask are not the same as your own, but you might as well get yours answered.
I kind of can't with you know, the metal. It's too thick, unfortunately.
I mean, I could let him out, but I don't think that's a good idea.
How long
I
can that
wouldn't
box
recommend it.
stay in How long can that box stay in existence?
Little over 3 more hours.
Alright.
Are you able to modify it at all?
I mean, I could make a different thing, but I mean, I'd have to get rid of that one to do it.
Could you make an airtight wood box?
Actually,
Maybe something with glass so that he can look in.
yeah.
Glass.
Are you
The
sure it's a
problem is
good
I made
idea?
that as big as I can make thing.
Can't vampires charm people with like a look or something?
I don't think he's in much of a state to do that.
I don't know. That's why I don't know this shit.
Neither do
have
I,
a-
but he was gas. Gas doesn't seem very charming.
I mean, if you
Tell them
had a window, I could maybe install it into the box without him getting it. But I can't just make a window. I mean, I could, but again, have to let him out to do that. I can't make a box around this box because this box is as big as I can make a box. But like, if you had a window, you could get down here. I think I could put it in the wall of the box. We could see him without him getting it.
If you had like plywood, no, plywood doesn't exist.
No, we just don't have a window lying around.
You have like a
Shame that.
like a scrap piece of wood.
We have a crate.
Aaron, could you add like the lid of the crate into the box, or at least a section of wood, so like so the metal is replaced by the wood, at least a little area.
Is wood airtight? Inspect the wood of the crate and see if the wood's airtight.
I mean, I think you can make airtight wood.
Don't.
I mean, just don't see if there's holes in it. Right, is the thing.
Well, like, you know, like it's like a wooden shipping crate. So,
Wood's not airtight.
and also the slats are like they're close to each other, but there's definitely gaps in between them.
Wood itself is not airtight. It would be able to go through the wood.
Likely.
Yeah, and I don't have carpenter's. I'm not proficient in carpenter's tools, so I can't turn it into plywood with fabricate.
Well, if whatever you're going to do will cause him to escape, then don't do it.
Oh, what about that piece of glass you were just holding?
This
Can I
here,
use that? Yeah, do you need that?
not at the moment, as long as I get it back.
I mean, it'll be embedded in the box, but the box will go away in a little over 3 hours, and then you'll have the glass again as long as it don't fall to the ground and break.
All right, sure, why not?
All right. I would like to try to use fabricate to put the glass as a small window into the box.
Interesting
Does this
use.
work? I have to read this to see if it actually works.
I believe you as long as you're working with raw materials.
Yeah, I don't think this would I don't think making a window would obviously take glass blowers proficiency. I don't think installing it should.
No, because
The
essentially what you're
fabricated
doing
object can be
is
no larger than medium, and the box is huge because we're working metal.
Mm,
how big is the glass?
it's like a shard. It's like about the length of an average hand.
Is it possible for you to work a section?
That's a DM question.
Um. Okay. Post performance of creation if you could.
I mean, I would have to make it no longer be animated because right now it is a right now
Creature.
it's a creature, and that doesn't work. I'm trying to find it. There we go. It's like you can do stuff with the thing you can use it as spell component. So I mean you can disassemble it for sure. It's whether we can make a window into part of it without tearing that section loose from the rest of the structure.
Okay. So say if someone assists you, but not in the sense of advantage, one of you will make a smith tools check to make a hole to be able to put the glass in.
I
And
got it.
then you, Aaron, I would need an arcana check to sort of, I guess, like make sure that once it's in there, it maintains everything, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Are you looking for more
Yeah.
of a strength or a finesse use of smithing tools?
Well, you don't want to tear this thing completely apart, and it's made out of aluminum. So
Relatively thick
delicate area.
aluminum. I think we decided it was a couple inches thick.
Yeah, it's more than 2 inches thick, so that's why I can't detect thoughts.
I think it was 3 is what we decided.
yeah. Yeah, but there might be a little bit more of a finesse going with this.
Okay. And I have the feeling that if we are successful, there isn't time here for the thing to come out of the hole. It's all happening at once.
Correct.
Okay.
So would you like a dexterity-based smithing tools check?
Yeah, if you could.
Alright.
I'm going to bardically inspire him first.
I'm also going to guidance myself.
Okay.
Apparently, guidance didn't want to go. And for
So
funds,
roll a
what's the?
d10 twice. Roll a d10 twice and take
I'll
the
take that
higher.
5.
25.
25,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. He manages to quite deftly and quickly make a hole suitable for you to insert the glass shard.
Whoa.
Can I
Okay.
guidance Aaron or no?
Or we
Um,
said it's
maybe.
happening at the same
Yeah,
time.
you're busy.
Yeah.
So,
So
did I
And I can only
Um,
add things to charisma checks.
you put the piece of glass in, and you sort of attempt to manipulate the material to seal around it. Feels like it does. You would see the mist sort of like move towards that portion of the box now that you can see through the glass and just kind of bump into it.
All right.
All right,
I'll be
This
trying to
doesn't
keep an
really have a
eye
lot
on
of
that
strength
for
behind it.
if
Oh.
it moves.
I'll cast Detect Thoughts then, and plunge into its mind.
Okay.
It needs to make a Wisdom save. No, Intelligence save.
Give me a second.
If you probe deeper.
Ooh.
All right, so first surface thoughts.
I think it still had. Didn't the man still have the resist?
Logically, it should still be able to use it in the mist form, but I don't remember if it had burned all of them.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It might have.
I mean, the
use
thing
all of
is,
them or has
I
one
think
left.
Wilfer can.
I could
Yeah, I was
cast it
thinking it has
again
one
if need
left.
be. I can
Yeah,
cast
he'll
it multiple
succeed.
times. Chooses to succeed? Okay, I'll cast it again. I have several spell slots to do this.
Okay, so he's gonna make another intelligence save.
Motherfucker.
Fuck.
And I'll do it again.
Silvery barbs.
Yeah, Bruce could silvery barbs that
He does have it prepared.
if he has the slots.
Pretty sure he does.
Okay.
He hasn't used up all his slots.
I'm looking. Yeah, he'll use it.
And then give me the advantage because I might need to make an
Yeah, I'll give him
intelligence
the
check.
advantage.
All right, I'll roll
Reroll that
again.
save. Yay!
That's a fail.
Okay. So you would begin to reach into the mind of this mist, and what you get the surface at first, and then
Yep.
like you delve deeper, right? Okay.
Yep.
So on the surface, you would just get. I need to make it back to my coffin. I need to get back. I'm going to kill all of them. I'm going
do you
to
think about
train
it,
them
Ed?
one by one. And then delving deeper, there's a panic. If I don't get back to my coffin, I am dead. Again? I need to get out. I need to get out. And how long does this last for?
A minute, but unless I use my action to shift to a different creature, it can use a it can make use its action to make an intelligence check to fight the thing. But I'll ask it. I'll yell at the box.
Yelling.
Were you the only vampire of your group?
From the surface, you would just hear. Doesn't this idiot realize he's muffled? And then, like, beneath it, of course I'm not the only one.
Oh dear. Alright, and if I guess if he wants to fight back,
Yeah,
intelligence check of advantage.
he would definitely feel.
Put him on.
Oh, you make it. Okay. Or
No,
the
we
contestant.
it's contested.
You have the. Did you... Oh, you did. A nat 20 and a nat 1. Let's go.
Really balanced.
Other question. I mean, Wilfred would look at the others to see if they have like any ideas for questions.
Why is there a vampire in charge of the group?
I think a vampire created the group, given.
And then Wilfred, you were just like, is he fucking stupid? And it seems to be that one's mirrored on both levels.
Jarvis, he does not think your intelligence is what it is.
Ask him what he thinks of the box. It's a new thing I'm trying out.
So is that you asking him that, and then you're waiting?
I guess
okay.
everyone can yell at him a question before it gets back to his turn.
Yeah. All right. So if he hears Aaron say that, you would just hear spacious. Come inside.
Where's the layers of the other vampires in your group?
So on the surface, you would hear.
Why the fuck would I tell him that?
Yeah. Yeah. On the surface, you would hear. Well, actually, no. On the surface, you'd hear as if we would know where each other were located. That's private information. And then beneath it, I think I know where one of them is. And then you would. Can you? Is it all just words? Can it also be other things?
I mean, whatever your thoughts are.
Yeah, some people can't picture things in their mind.
Yeah. So you would see.
Some people don't think words.
It's true.
You would begin to get a faint image after that. I think I know where one might be. And strangely, you would see the college.
Uh-oh.
Got anything?
There might be a vampire at the college that's a member of the Crimson, the Drops of Crimson.
Oddly not surprising. But much concerning.
Like his lair is at the college potentially,
Well, you could probably tell Silver Spell to do a
unless it is Silver
spy.
Spell.
He's been
Helpful, yes, but
too helpful without too much takeaway.
I
like
don't know. You
we
gave him a
don't.
Or
pretty good
Silver Spell.
item.
Yeah, but I ain't never seen him outside.
Yeah, we have.
Has anyone ever seen Silver Spell and a vampire in the
Yeah,
same
have
room?
we ever seen him in sunlight?
At least twice
At
during
least
the
twice.
day.
Okay, never mind.
Out in the courtyard, he had walked out there to speak with one of you. There was
Yeah.
also the time when Aaron was escorted from the place, and he walked all the way outside of the main building.
I also
that
was with
wasn't me.
Aaron was with him on repairing the city
Yeah.
It's not Silver Spell.
after the dragon attack.
Yeah, he's not a vampire.
Oh, okay.
He could be. Maybe he was true polymorphed into not a vampire.
What if it's the doctor?
A vampire true polymorphed into a gnome.
What if it's-
Yeah, I mean, just for while he's outside, and then he drops.
Does Ed have any questions he wants to yell at the box?
And I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't watch the damn VOD.
I added you.
And are
You're
you
on the
okay?
surface. You should have watched the VOD. You bastard.
I watched the first hour and a half. So I don't know what happened.
We Bean
And why is there
put
blood coming out your nose?
the mist of a vampire that you killed in an
Oh,
aluminum
me?
box.
Well, goddamn.
Like,
Okay, look,
a performance creation of metal
I'm
box
top
around it.
three. I'm top three Beckerson fans in North America, but we get fucking blown out of the water by the Brazilian Beckerson community.
It is nuts that you have such a Brazilian following now.
I think it's
Is that actually a thing?
What? They like Kino. They like Peak, dude.
I feel like it's Vex's fault.
Yeah, it might be
But
Vex.
is that actually a thing though?
Yeah, I have a decent amount of years in Brazil.
The fuck?
When I do get views.
Makes
I
me
don't
wonder
always
what
get
the fuck
views.
they were looking for in order to be able to find it.
Literally.
Yeah,
and
well,
then
you know what?
stick with it.
I'd get like recommendations for like YouTube live streams of like 40 views, like D&D or Blades in the Dark streams. So I think it's like the algorithm does something.
Doing his job.
Anyway, yeah, I don't got no question.
All right. So what? You got to make intelligence. He has to make intelligence.
Yep. I don't have advantage this time. Intelligence. Oof.
You
Ooh.
are so lucky.
I am.
Ask him what really happened to our friend.
What happened to the guy you attacked the other day, who did stuff at you?
On the surface, it's just like you would hear actually no, you wouldn't hear anything on the surface. You would see visions of Butcher because he never dropped it, and you would see him in a chair wearing seemingly nothing tied to it, being slowly drained of his blood. But beneath that, I assumed he fled through some sort of magical means, though I didn't think he'd be capable of it. Well,
He Did
Till the
blast him with
sunlight
sunlight.
blast. Yeah, until the sunlight blast.
It seems like he wanted to drain him of blood, but he fled using some kind of magic after blasting him with the sun.
Oh.
Uh,
Well. All right then. Anything else we could do to get information out of this?
Just ask questions.
I don't know what to ask.
Hey, what would be the worst question for you for us to ask?
Mm. On the surface, again, you idiots are muffled. And then he beneath it, you would just see an image of Machina.
Oh,
What?
that's right. They work with Machina.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. What are you doing for Machina?
You wouldn't be able to ask another question this turn.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I just saw that. Probably just Vex's family.
No other questions for
Well-
this turn?
I can't ask it yet.
All right, do your thing.
I'll use my DM inspiration from very briefly controlling Ed to reroll that.
Could have ate a slice of cheese.
Ah, fuck.
Which I believe.
Unless
He's got
Ed
silver
wants
barbs
to- silver barbs.
Wait, are you're silvery barbsing it?
Yeah, I said that. I'm gonna silver barbs it.
Don't you have to
Oh.
see the target?
Who gets the advantage?
We put a little glass window in.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm gonna
Fabricated a glass
say-
window into it.
God damn it! All right, it's fine. We tried, boys.
Just give you the advantage.
So
I'll
you'd-
cast
you'd-
again.
Wait, so
Sure.
you would feel it flicker, and then then the connection, as it's broken, you would just see an image of yourself, Wilfred, with your skin slowly getting peeled off of your face as you feel your mind forced out of his.
That was not pleasant.
You look a little sweaty there, Wilf. You okay?
Yeah, he just imagined my skin melting. It's fine.
Just wait until it actually does it.
Oh, actually, everything should have had a -1, but everything I beat him more than a -1. So, let me add that.
Oh, because of your
Death
exhaustion still?
penalty. Yeah.
I will bardically inspire Wilfred. Wilfred,
But yeah, I'm casting detect
Yeah.
thoughts again.
you got a horseshoe around your head.
Okay. I'm
Hey.
gonna make save.
Out of curiosity, would you say this guy's touching the sides of the box?
Currently? Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah. The mist is pushed up against the side of the box.
Why?
Anyone got fucking grasp on hand?
Wouldn't do anything. We hit it before when it was gas. It did nothing.
Yeah.
Have we tried grease though?
Have we tried hitting it with magic?
Yes.
Grease.
All right. I'll tell it to think about think about all your dealings with Machina.
I mean, I feel like that's easier to mental block. Or at least, like, you definitely don't have to think of everything when said that.
He would just above and below, just like sort of coalescing into one. Just his face. Nothing else. He's got to try and fight back somehow. He
Yep.
knows what you're doing now.
Yeah,
so
he knows I'm in there.
yeah. Yeah, he knew from the
And-
beginning, but at first you weren't asking anything that was important.
I
to
would
him
like
anyway.
to message the vampire.
Okay.
Man, how about those letters from Mock?
Does message go through airtight things?
Yeah, it's the 1 inch of metal and all that. But
Okay, yeah.
I'm pointing through the glass.
And I don't think he can respond because message you have to whisper back, right?
Yeah, no, but the idea is it bringing the letters to his mind for Mr. Mind Reader over there.
Right. Okay.
You have to say you can respond to this message.
You can respond to this message.
You can't respond to this
You
one.
can't respond
He
to this
cannot.
message, you bitch.
But you really want to.
So you would start to watch as like it would like flicker from
I just
Mocking
hear
his face.
Aaron's words in his head.
yeah, you would hear them, wouldn't you? Yeah, and then like it would
Aaron's
flicker and then very briefly you would see what just looks to be like a rudimentary parcel. But then like after it gets opened, there's a box and a letter attached to the box. So like it's almost like a little wooden box. The letter is inside of the envelope. On top of it, there's a wax seal with the Machina Industries logo, which I don't think I've ever drawn it before, but it's a very like stylized for the turn of the century M with an I crossing down through the middle, and what seems to be like a gear cog encompassing behind it, and that itself is wrapped in like that sort of like brown parcel paper and then like tied with like a like twine. But like you would see all that, like you would see like the parcel and then the paper getting the twine getting untied, the paper removed, the letter on top of it, and then like the seal being like focused on, and then it would push back to Machina's face.
Alright, so next round I'd have to ask about the letter. What was the letter about?
You good? Well, you gotta.
Stop wasting time. Just want to go to the next round.
All right, yeah, if we're going to the next round, you have advantage on this one, right?
Yes. And I could use the bean inspiration, but I might not have to. I was about to say I was. I was about to say I was going to, and then the thing popped up.
I'm not still rebarbing it this time.
Would it be too late for me to do it? Because I was thinking about doing it.
Well, you rolled with advantage. Yeah, you can re-roll.
Well, no, the
Oh,
Bard.
oh,
Bardic Inspiration.
well, yeah, sure. So what? You take the better
Plus
of that
9,
as the
yep.
9, so it's a 28. Okay.
What was
You maintain
the
the connection.
what was the letter in the parcel? What was the letter about?
you would see it sort of flick back over to the letter and focus on the seal, and you'd watch as it would get broken and a sheaf of paper removed, and you'd see the words on it. But even trying to, and like it's very vivid. I guess would be the right word, right? So like you could see words, but they make no sense. It just seems to be a letter about nonsense.
About picking up avocados and the best recipe for salsa.
Gotta push harder into that then.
Groundbreaking.
What did that mean?
I would like to step out of view of the window. Action transform into Machina, bonus action Machina close. Step back to where I can stare at the mist through the window.
Okay.
See if it jogs anything. And just stare at the mist.
Would this be you attempting to intimidate?
Yeah, sure.
All right, give
Can I
me
slap him some guidance?
sure.
Here. And I will choose stat a D4. Wait, can I do that? I don't think intimidation. No, it's only for. All right. Intimidation.
Okay.
27.
You would see those of you like looking in at the mist, it would almost kind of like
Recoil.
shiver. And within his mind, it would push beyond the letter. You wouldn't even see what the contents of the letter were, but everything would begin to grow black. And then, almost like a light shining in darkness, at first it just appears as a pinprick, and then a line, and then a cross, crowned by 5 gems.
Scared with this
The one
shit.
gem falling to the side, like in the one we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be saying that as it pops up. Did you tell him about the sepulchre of the Eternal? I don't think you did. Especially not since he
Huh?
came back. So yeah, I can't ask any questions related to that.
I think I told you I think I mentioned in front of you that the world's in it, but
Yeah.
I don't think anything specific.
No.
I think you were like, "Wait, what?" And I said, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah. Wilford
That sounds
doesn't.
right.
And that might have been the intellect of hour too.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
But yeah, if anyone want to ask questions based on that, because Wilford narrated it.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Game with the fucking cross.
Does the mobster that we're with react to that description any, or to me turning into Machina?
It would have reacted to you turning into Machina, and like you would have seen some recognition on the warlock's face at the very least, like, oh, that's like that's who that is. Kind of like looking puzzled at first and then like having a realization. The other two, they don't even like seem to necessarily care. Just find it odd. And then the description of symbol, no, you don't see. They just sound not
Confused.
sound. They look just as confused, more confused than they were by you turning into Machina.
Okay.
But Anton, did you want to ask him something since that was brought up, or no?
Jarvis will approach the glass. What do the gems on the cross represent?
Interesting.
Will it finally be confirmed that it's dragons? Or it's something
That's what
else?
I'm trying to
Vision-
get.
The vision of the cross is still there, and like there's almost like it's only focusing on that, but like you're also beginning to almost hear just a very faint whisper of his voice. Just cannot. I cannot. And but you say that, and you would watch almost like a flash of light, where for the very briefest moment, all 5 of the gems, the cross would like fade, like the light of the cross would just quickly like fade out, and in that brief flash, you would see lines drawn down from each of the bottom points of the gem to connect in the middle. And then it would spring back to what it was, what you always see it as. And then you would see 2 glowing red orbs appear behind it as almost seemingly coming into the light of the cross, a scaled face. And you realize it's Draconid as its maw opens up and
Red dragon?
uh
Red eye.
strangely, the eyes were red. The scales looked black, but it would spit out a gout of flame, and you would watch as like all of his thoughts seemed to be consumed with the fire, and you begin to hear like a shrill scream from him within his mind, but it begins to penetrate your own mind. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this hold on. Is this a charm?
No.
It's
Is
probably a familiar.
this frightened?
No.
Okay. 16.
Okay, that is a fail.
Oof. Oh god. Can I reroll with sorcery points? Magical guidance, that's ability checks. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, it's also a -1 on that too. 15.
15. Okay. Oof. So you're gonna take 24 psychic damage, but I think you have resistance
to
to it, so
12.
instead you'll take to 12. But you would watch as Wilfred's face would sort of scrunch up in pain, and a little bit of blood would begin to leak from one of his nostrils.
Holy. Oh.
What, good?
Red-eyed black dragon breathing fire, consuming the world.
What, did my question actually get a response?
Like the
Yes.
Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Shit.
I'll
Yeah,
tell them
yeah.
exactly what I saw to the best of my ability.
So that does not confirm it's Tiamat per se.
Dylan would next know any specific dragons, not personally, but lore-wise.
I mean, I
Based
don't think
off
Tiamat has.
of
Based off of just Avernus.
Can he name 3?
Nyx is from Avernus? What the fuck?
Curious.
no, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Here's a random ass question. Just because I'm curious, would I have heard any dragons matching that kind of description on the East Coast?
I mean, the black dragon was already killed. Its head is hung in the Hunters Association.
A red-eyed black dragon that breathes fire. Definitely have never heard of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm just curious if that description has ever popped up as like a rumor in the East Coast.
Heard of Blue Eyes White?
So that's on my part. You got very close with that illustration. Move the center point down.
Okay.
I'm confused.
I posted
Were you-
something in Discord.
Because I said the lines were drawn down from the bottom tip of each of the gems.
Oh, the lines all go
Er,
straight down, is what you mean?
Not directly straight down, but they would go down to connect
So
Okay.
at the bottom of the cross.
effectively.
Where'd you draw it? I don't see it.
It's
no.
in Wild
It's
West.
in Wild West Discord.
Oh, now it's
Uh,
there. Sorry, it wasn't. I for some reason wasn't registering that new thing was there.
I'm just using an S Paint, so this is gonna have to restart.
Take a hot minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh no, I get it. I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but I get what Dylan's going for, picture wise. I don't know what it is.
Is it possible that the bunch of dragons are converging into some form of
one super dragon.
champion?
Hand. It's a
Possibly.
hand.
It's a hand. Oh my god, it is
Yeah,
a
I'm
hand.
uploading it now.
Each one's a finger. It's a
I mean, it's either a hand. Yeah. So more like that, Dylan.
Hold on.
the right
Yeah.
hand.
Or a left hand if it's facing.
Oh yeah, it could be a left hand.
Oh, but you also said the cross faded out.
Left hand is
So it's
the
more
cross
eviler.
The cross would have faded out for the briefest moment as you saw the light draw those lines downward.
No, Jarvis wouldn't know that, or who that was, or who that is. Actually, because I'm an artificer, no magical items, would I have ever heard of the dreaded hand
Dreaded hand?
of Vecna?
Would you have ever heard of the Hand of Vecna? No,
Who
you're from
specifically
this
worked for
world.
limbs?
No, I don't. I don't think any
That's why
local
that's
here
why I
has
was,
heard
that's
of
why I was
Vecna.
curious if I
Yeah.
was given a chance. I heard about that. Just curious, because though it would make more sense if I was from somewhere else, but since I'm from here, oh well.
Dylan, just for me making this, like, is the cross completely gone in what you're describing, or just dimmer?
Gone completely.
Okay, I'll make that.
Well,
So,
if no one else
based
has
on
any
what you
follow-up
just
questions to what I
described-
described, I'd like to make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Does that mean the church is being controlled by dragon cultists?
Well, first,
We don't know.
even though it wasn't a lot of damage, I do believe you have to make a con check.
Oh, that's right. I'm fine.
Okay, you're good.
Six. I will re-roll that with a sorcery point. 16. -1. 15. Pass.
The flames are still there. The screaming has stopped. But you sense beyond the visions of the flames, you also feel fear.
He knows he just revealed something he shouldn't have.
What the fuck does
What-
this vampire know?
What, By the Lady of Night, what the hell is that? What is that thing?
Okay,
It's the Continental Conspiracy, Wilfred.
I'm more.
No, that's what I'm
Let's-
asking him. What is that thing, that creature?
We start getting Marine responses. His bat
You
name and badge number.
would watch as almost as if the flames would pull back. This time, the symbol gone, into the maw of the dragon, and you would see the dragon clearer now. Black scaled, fangs like swords, two horns curling up and back to points, those glowing orangish red eyes.
So nothing, just a clearer picture of the dragon.
Or just stay focused on it.
Here's a weird question. You said its teeth are like swords. Does this dragon have fangs?
I will
Yeah.
prestidigitation.
Well, not like vampire fangs, but I mean like
Okay.
dragons. Dragons are big. Their teeth are big.
I know, but there's a thing as vampire dragons.
I'll
That's why I was getting
I'll
all
prestidigitation a image of this thing.
What the hell?
And make sure Aaron sees it.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't recognize it, but I'll remember what he's showing me. I mean, is there? If it's a real world thing, I might like real world mythology. I guess there's a chance, but
That's why I'm asking. And based now that I got an image in front of me, anything?
No, I mean
Okay.
you. Actually, Ed,
What?
you would see the depiction of the dragon
Uh-huh.
sort of projected by what Wilfred just did. It doesn't look the same, but it reminds you of Fafnir. And for the briefest moment,
Oh,
because I
shit.
believe you had Balmung, right? It begins to
I-
rattle within its sheath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dragon needing a
I
sword.
would also hear the surface thoughts of Balmung.
Okay, you may speak.
Like I hear the
The
surface
sur-
thoughts of all sentient
the
creatures
surface,
nearby.
yeah, the surface thoughts of Balmung are kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
That
surface
is a
thoughts
good-
of me are
that is-
don't listen to my thoughts.
Don't listen to my thoughts. Yeah, I'm not actively trying to listen to everyone's thoughts. It's just passively hearing the surface thoughts. That piques my curiosity, and I'm going to dive deeper into Balmung.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
ask nicely.
can't Ed just ask Balmung?
Yeah, I think
I mean,
we just
Balmung
asked
might
him
not
to
tell
say-
Ed everything.
What are you
hold
talking about?
on.
Dylan is looking
I'm
up what
worthy
the
and shit.
sentient
Come on now.
mental stats were for this sword.
It's
Oh,
on it.
he's got good stats.
Yeah, he's got good stats. It's on it. I just can't find where I have
His
it.
intelligence
because
is
there's-
15.
It's 15? Okay, so
Yeah.
was that +2?
It would be +2. Unless he's
Doesn't say he's proficient in
Oh, if it's
saving
just if
throws.
it's just straight, if it's okay.
Oh.
Honestly,
Alright, so he's got to make the save. Let's see, it's a +2. Mm,
Balmung chooses to succeed.
No, what the fucking legendary resistance for a sword? Get the fuck out of here. No, the overwhelming urge to kill whatever that creature is. He would feel the intrusion, but it's almost like he doesn't have the wherewithal to resist it right now because he's just too focused on that.
Does it know what it is? Beyond it being a
No.
dragon?
I'll just take out the damn sword. All right,
It
buddy, what's
doesn't-
going on?
It doesn't know what it is beyond it being a dragon, but you just strings of curses, as many fucking obscenities as you can think of, and in both English and Old Norse. And then you just hear him say, "I'd like to wipe that smug grin off his arrogant face."
Smug grin.
Smug grin.
Well, that's what I said. Smug grin. Looking around the room, who has a smug grin?
No one.
It's the dragon image.
The dragon doesn't look like it's grinning. The maw is open, but that's what he says.
Do we know?
Well, that's what he
Is
thinks.
that information available to all of us? Or
Wilfred will keep that to himself.
Balmung, talk to me. What's going on?
I know. I don't know its name. But more than normal, I have an overwhelming desire to kill it.
I know you got to be more specific than that. I know that to be just a you thing. That applies in most cases.
You do not understand. They are creatures of entirely too much power. They are evil, but something about that, it's worse. I stare at it, and it's as if it's smirking at me.
All right, Balmung says it's more evil than evil.
So we're dealing with something that is, I don't know, super ancient and is probably from this plane of existence originally. That is somehow working with our visitors.
I get the feeling more that they're working for it. Not they're working with, they're working for it.
You're telling me that something from here is damnedly more powerful than something that was brought over?
Well, all right. Well, I mean, when you say from here, don't they have more planes here?
Well, I'm not a historian. All I know is
It's complicated.
Yeah, but didn't it? Maybe it always did exist, and then we just we
to hide and release it.
learned about it, found about it when Reckon happened.
Okay. Well, that's intriguing and fucking terrifying.
I guess next round I'll shift my attention back to the vampire, which means he has to make another save.
Oh boy.
And I now have something I need to research.
That's a fail. I'll just yell at it. Now now our friend Wesley here wants you to tell us about your dealings? As this has been a test, and we're now going over if you've lost any of your knowledge. Or no, fuck, not that. We're trying to make sure that we can save any information that you might have that Wesley might not have before you pass, as we are unfortunately unable to get you to your resting place before you die.
Make a deception check. Okay. The image of the dragon would dissipate, and a string of confused thoughts would begin to run rampant throughout his head, questioning whether or not this could possibly be a test. But then he remembers, and he looks towards the three, well, technically four, in the room that are part of Fairbank's gang. And then he realizes you're full of shit.
Yeah, even if I pass that deception, there's no use believing me.
I should have just fucking said a disadvantage because they were in the room, but I was just like, he is dressed up like Machina and you guys have fucking thrown him off, so.
Does anyone have any last minute questions about what we've seen or heard about?
Yeah, what blood type's your favorite?
Vampire ashes can make invisibility potions.
And what are blood types? Oh god. What is it? There's A, there's B, there's O, and then AB?
The positive and negative variants of each.
But maybe it's like he likes elf better or something.
Now, mind you, they were not discovered until 1900.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
they
a
don't know that.
vampire
That'd
would
be-
know
that'd be like
ahead
a
of
creature
time.
But a
type.
vampire knows. They probably have a different notation for it. It's like, sweet blood.
Yeah, I more meant like creature type, like a elf, chupacabra.
Uh, he would probably just think human female.
Human.
Basic answer.
Basic answer. Yeah. At least on the surface, anyway. Below, though, dwarf.
Dwarf.
That's the shit he doesn't want you to know. That's his dark secret.
Yeah, specifically dwarven men.
He
The tang of the alcohol.
I think he might be in the closet.
The whole world out there, man.
There's a whole world. The whole new world.
Initially, he thought about human female blood, but seems like
Don't say it.
male dwarven is.
You
Oh
got fired.
fuck, that's right. I just outed him. Oh, I'm a terrible person.
What the hell?
Oh, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, I won't say that. I'll just say human female.
What's that supposed to mean? Okay.
All right. Are we on to the next thing of saves, or are you even gonna keep going with it at this point?
I don't think we're gonna get anything else out of him.
Okay. All right. Still have it up for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just be listening in on surface thoughts of him and the gang. Not my allies.
You're not doing that, so okay.
You don't want to be killed by Aaron.
I feel
You
like
think
even
it's
if I
better
just
than
listen to
Papa.
Aaron's surface thoughts, he'll find out somehow.
I'll put you in the box, Wilfred.
He's just been thinking that this whole time. Don't read my thoughts. If you do, I'll put you in the box, Wilfred.
Read my thoughts, go in the box. Read my thoughts, go in the.
My thoughts are I fucking research dragons now.
And whereas the intellectual
Right.
power would actively be listening to their surface thoughts, I will not be. I am ignoring it.
But around this point, there would be like a faint snap in the air, and then like a little poof, and you would see standing amongst the others of Fairbanks fellas, what appears to be
Is it the Mr. Fairbanks?
it may be. You'd see a dwarven man. He appears to be in his 50s, though you're not quite sure with how long-lived their race is. Wearing nice sort of three-piece suit with a bowler hat. And he's got like a little monocle, and his beard is very long. It goes down to about like his belly button. And despite its length, though, it's braided on each side and capped off with these silver sort of like ring caps. And he would just look at all of you.
Howdy. Good day to you.
What's his surface thoughts?
Okay.
You don't get anything from him.
Oh. Oh shit. Okay.
One of the rings has a.
He's just kind of like taking you all in, and then after a moment he just goes, "All right, vampires in the box."
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a nice little viewing window for your pleasure. For your viewing pleasure.
All right. He would pop open like a little satchel, like he would take the coat and like open it and fling it to the side, and you would see he has a holstered revolver stuck in cavalry style, so like the handle is pointing towards you guys instead of backwards. And there's like a little like pouch, and he would open it and he would watch like him stuff his big hand in there, and it would go much deeper than it looks like it should. And he would begin pulling out item after item. First, he would pull out what appears to be like a little urn. He would pull out. Make sure I get all this right. What seems to be a golden rune-inscribed set of manacles, a wooden stake, as well as yeah.
Oh, does he have any reaction to Wesley fucking Machina being in the room?
I put in chat. I put in
Oh,
chat
I
that I
missed
turned back
that.
after the question
That's
was
right.
done.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
And he pulls out yeah, he wouldn't need anything else. He would just kind of look at each of the guys. He'd hand the stake to the war priest, the shackles to the warlock. He'd look over at the druid, and the druid would begin casting a spell, and you would watch as a like the stone of the floor, because this isn't a finished basement. It's kind of like dirt with like some stone embedded in it, but you watch a stone would begin to rise and form effectively an open coffin with some dirt already in it. And he would then take the urn and begin sprinkling what looks to be additional dirt on top of it.
How'd you
And
find this coffin?
I have my ways.
Nice.
You don't get to be the boss of this place and not know a few things.
Is the
Especially
vampire
about your
freaking out
competition.
that they have his coffin?
No, it's technically it's not even his coffin. It's his grave. His grave dirt.
Yeah, it's grave dirt.
Oh, yeah. Is he?
They're,
Is
they're
he?
making a coffin.
Yeah. Is he freaking out that they're that they're doing this?
At first, he saw the urn come out in the shackles and like he didn't think anything of it. Saw the stake, got a little curious, didn't see his body come out of the sack and was like, yeah, this guy's just bluffing. And then the coffin began to form, and then he realized as soon as the urn got brought over. And yeah, he's shitting a fucking brick right now. He's like basically internally screaming. And as soon as the dirt is done sprinkling over the additional dirt on the inside of this makeshift coffin, he looks over at you guys, just kind of like gauging you one at a time again, until he decides to, for whatever reason, settle on Wilfred and go, open the box.
Dirt.
I
Dirt.
I can't, but he can.
But whatever you're doing, Fang Man is having a freak out. So, Aaron, I think I think maybe the box can go away.
Yeah, I can't open it, but I can just like get rid of it. Does that work?
Hey, whatever sets him loose.
All right. I
Someone be
get
ready
rid
to
of the
catch the
box.
gem.
Well, yeah. I can't just get rid of it, so I will burn a second level slot to make a pillow on the ground for the glass to land on.
Okay. You do so, and you watch as soon as it disappears. And almost like it's kind of resisting itself. It naturally wants to drift towards the coffin, but there's like a slight pullback until slowly it goes and it begins to rest over the top of it. And then you watch as it like sort of begins to slowly trickle down, drops at first, and then it just sort of like cascades and begins to fill in the coffin, and then slowly take the shape of a humanoid. And as it solidifies
Yeah,
a
you
little
don't mind if I take
more,
like some notes and document this, man.
we kill you. No, yeah, they'll just go, do whatever you please. And it would begin to sort of like, at first, it's like cloud, and you would see like veins of light begin to pulse through it. Then you realize that they're more like actual veins and capillaries. And then this bone and muscle, sinew and skin begin to reform until, naked as the day he was born, but seemingly unconscious, you would see the form of the vampire that Ed had previously slain.
Did you just Dr. Manhattan, my dude?
they would then immediately, one of them just positioned over, ready to stab him in the chest. The other one slapping the shackles onto him, manacles. And they just wait. Because I believe he doesn't immediately begin to stir. They just kind of return to regenerate.
Yeah, it takes an hour unless he receives healing to get the 1 hit
And
point
then he
back.
gets paralyzed by the stake.
Along with other things.
Well, they haven't. Excuse me. They haven't staked him.
They should probably do that before because he'll just die and turn to mist if
Yeah.
they stake him after he regenerates the 1 hit point.
Yeah, but they'll sort of like share a nod with each other, and the war priest will just stake him down, and then as a bonus action, heal him. As he, even though you know the undead typically don't need to breathe, he just kind of, and then he just immediately begins taking in his surroundings, but unable to move. Doesn't die right away, right? The staking, or
No, the
does it?
staking doesn't kill them.
Yeah, it just
Just
paralyzes them.
paralyzes him.
Oh.
You have to do like something else to kill it permanently.
Oh. So then you technically never killed your father, did you? You just staked him.
No, I drained him.
Oh, right, you drained him. I forgot about that bit. Yeah, that's one of the ways. That or sunlight. So they'd have him in position. And at this point, they would all just kind of like breathe a collective sigh of relief and just kind of leave him there for the time being as they all just kind of turn back to the rest of you.
So you need anything from us?
Nay, you delivered. But he's going to stay like this. We're going to pry as much information about his businesses and holdings as we can out of him. We'll make a move on their other safe houses, meeting spots, the like. Push him out of town entirely.
All right.
One of his there's other vampires in his gang. One of them might have a lair at the college. But I'll see if Master Silverspell can take care of that. As no offense, gang activity in the college probably wouldn't be the best thing for the students.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving. Well, I wasn't aware of that little tidbit. The college part. I'm aware of his kin. But they've been elusive up until this point. Finally getting to nail one of the buggers.
Go
We'll
finance
find out what we need to know.
majors.
Or they're in law.
But rest assured, it'll be dealt with. I know this is your first time meeting me, and I heard that some of you had your reservations. But know that I do have this city's best interests at heart. And these, she just kind of looks down at him all disgusted. They're bad for business. Damn leeches.
I mean, after reading his mind, I very much am inclined to believe that.
some of his other kin have more twisted perversions. They prefer to play with their food. We have to find those people and clean up the mess.
Yeah.
I meant that they do find those people, not that they need to find those people, but well, I trust you know. We know who you are now, heroes of Austin. Met face to face. And I mean no disrespect in saying this, but you rat on us. Give away any information that you may think that you have, including this little location here. I'll know about it. So make sure you don't go earning yourself more enemies than you need.
Oh, if
Uh,
any information does leak, it definitely will not be from me because I have a family I'd like to keep safe.
Yeah, we have a lot of other issues to deal with right now.
I don't even know who you are.
He kind of smiles when you say that, and he walks over to you, Wilfred, and he just kind of like leans up a little bit and gives you a little like, like almost like a like the mafia thing, like fucking Tony Soprano, like a little slap on the cheek, and he's just like, "Don't worry, we don't go after women and children. But all the same, keep your mouth shut. However, you have done me, to a degree, a favor, and I won't be forgetting it. So, if you heroes are ever in need of something, look me up. Check any seedy saloon in the northern part of the city, and I imagine you can find any one of my boys, and they'll get the word out to me.
If you don't mind me just asking a
Uh,
quick query that hopefully this will
look,
save me some research time. Have you ever heard of any evil black dragon capable of breathing fire around in these parts?
Black dragon capable of breathing fire?
Yeah, with like weird ass curled horns.
again, my zip code.
Just like kind of deep in thought about that for a moment. No,
Uh,
not a black dragon.
well, specifically something like that. You should keep and worry about. They might be, well, at the root of some of this. Because that fucker right there, as I point towards the vampire that's in a weird comatose state, he is chock full of information, and not just for you guys.
You see a big grin spread across his face. Well, that's great to know.
Hell, if you could even find some way to sell off that information to someone else that might be finding it useful, then wow, good for you.
Aye, it would be good for me. But I guess I'll keep feelers out for this dragon you're talking about, on the off chance that it has anything to do with the drops of crimson, though I highly doubt it.
It's related to Machina, and Crimson was working for Machina, and based on what I could tell from what I read of his mind, it seemed like Machina was working for this dragon.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it also the sepulchre of the Eternal? No.
Wilford doesn't know what that
Are
is.
Are you saying that in character, or are you saying that
No,
out of
I'm saying
character?
out of character, just
Okay.
because I
We don't
might have
know
misheard.
because no one
Oh,
who
we don't know.
was able to ask the question didn't
Okay.
didn't ask the question.
Um,
Which I wasn't sure if there was like a connection between the cross and the
We
sepulchre.
we do
He
not
just-
know.
he just kind of like has this confused look for a moment on his face, and he's like, "The business tycoon working with a dragon."
Or something.
Working. Well, the dragon seems like it wants to consume the world. So
Yeah, but it has something to do with this, as I'll show. Look,
oh, I guess I will precipitate a image of the dragon for Mr. Fairbanks.
also, I believe I have a copy of the cross thing.
Yeah,
I
one of
mean-
you should.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the news from the Confederacy? Sounds like Mocket has been working with some people already.
I'd heard rumors, although I wasn't obliged to believe them. He's always been an eccentric man, but I don't know. Working with a fire-breathing black dragon that wants to end the world. On one hand, it would explain the absurd amount of wealth that he had before he even started his first company. On the other, it sounds just bad for business. He's got his fingers in too many things. I doubt he'd want the world destroyed. Especially with how
He
much
wants
dough
to
he's
own it.
raking in.
I think he wants to own it.
Oh, I need to find a goblin to talk to.
I gotta find a goblin to talk.
How about a kobold?
No, with the goblin, I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Yeah, the
Oh.
owner of the Cobalt Caravan's a goblin.
Pot sticker, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure was
yep.
a goblin.
Pot sticker is a goblin.
I honestly forgot.
Well,
I
I'll
never
try,
met him, but I was told.
I'll try to keep all of this in mind, but frankly, if they have any association to Machina, we'll deal with them. But it'll stop at that. Machina's been providing aid to rebuild the city ever since the Confederacy attacked. His trains are good for expansion, good for business.
Double-edged sword, man. With
If
one
I
side
if I
being
may,
poisoned.
if the news from the Confederacy is true, he probably orchestrated the attack and used it to increase his influence here.
But if that were the case, he's sunk a fair amount of coin into restoration fees.
But is it a lot of coin for him?
Well, it's a lot
that
of
is a
coin
good
to
question.
anybody, although maybe not to him.
Maybe his deal with this entity makes it so he doesn't have to worry about wealth and has to keep up things for image.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of unknowns here. Just if you do find anything out, it might be good to let us know if you deem it appropriate.
So before taking out any more handouts from him, make sure it's not poisonous fruit.
I personally haven't been taking any handouts from Machina. I've never even met the man. I just know what I know about him. And that's what most people know about him. Well, you can leave the way you came, or we could
In a
send you to
bag.
where you want to go.
Could you send me to intersection near home, but not on my street because I don't want them to know exactly where I live.
Oh, as if they don't already know.
yeah, yeah. Well, at the very least, he knows the heroes of Austin. He might just think that this guy's a tag along. But yeah,
We
sure.
also need to get
Like
that
4
information
blocks
to
away.
Walter
Though
looked different than I was told.
the warlock would pull out actually no. Yeah, no, because it goes from one location to the other. Yes, it would have to be teleport. Yeah. So he'll pull out a scroll. And he'll just look towards the rest of you. Any of the rest of you going with him?
No, if
I'll
anything, we'll
I'll
probably
make
need
my
to
own
try
way.
to college.
All
Unless
right.
you want to send the message to Silver Spell about.
It's probably best discussed in person.
Alright.
So, yeah, I think he's gonna go with you with teleport, but he'll just,
I think you can actually send something with teleport.
can you?
Oh, you and up to 8 creatures.
Yeah. All right. So he'll, bamf out with Wilfred, to the intersection specified, and he'll just kind of like put a hand on your shoulder for a moment, like as you go to leave, and head off in whatever direction, whether you're going to head immediately home or if you're going to try and like be weird with it so that they don't track you back. He'll just say, listen, all right, the boss, he's not a bad guy. It's not going to do anything to your family, so you don't have anything to worry about. I figured I'd say that. You kind of looked like you were about to, I don't know, pop a blood vessel or something.
Well, um, just, recent issues with people, things interested in my family is kind of a bit of a harrowing experience.
Was it the drops of crimson?
No, you know those attacks that were happening in the streets over the past couple of months. The people who just or were found comatose.
Yeah, after the first one, it was our boys that found the rest of them.
Um, it was something called an intellect devourer, and my body was the host of one for a time.
Oh, aren't those mind flare dogs?
Yep. It seemed to have taken an interest in my family, so I'm a bit worried about that.
Oh well, I'm sorry to hear. This might be a bit of an odd question considering that we just met. Well, fuck, I don't even know your name, and I don't think I told you mine. It's Seamus, by the way.
Wilfred.
Pleasure. Are you from here, originally, that is?
No, I was about 10 years old when I got reckoned over here.
Do you remember where you lived before?
Large city. Sword Coast, Waterdeep, I believe.
You're pulling my fucking leg. Ain't that something?
You from there too?
I was gonna say small world, but we're in a completely different one. Yeah, originally.
Small multiverse.
Small multiverse, yeah.
I cannot spell Seamus to save my life. Seamus.
Yeah, Seamus. Um, he'll say, you know the statue of the drunkard?
Yeah. I heard that it was modeled after some guy named the Bourbon. I don't know. That's what the playground rumor was.
You know, I might have heard something myself in a bar one time. I think when I was at the Yarn and Purtle. But from that there statue was about 2 blocks to the east and down an alleyway. And this decrepit little shithole. Me, my mother, and my 2 sisters. Then one day, after having a couple, I'm out having a piss, some blind alleyway not too far away from Troskull Alley. There was a flash of green light. Wound up here.
We definitely came from different walks of life. I kind of grew up in in the wealthier part of town. Parents were former adventurers who had retired, and they raised me and my siblings there. And I was going out to play with some friends. I was lagging behind as I was not the most athletic one, and rounded a corner, and then I was here.
By any chance, have you looked into going back?
As far as I know, it's almost impossible.
Well, almost impossible isn't impossible. So, there's still a chance.
I mean,
Silver linings and all that.
I kind of consider this a blessing in a way. Blessing from the Lady of Midnight. Were it not for being stuck here, I would not have met my wife and have had my kids.
Ah, so you have really settled down. Gone native. Well, to each his own, I guess. But if you're interested and I ever do find a way back home, I'll let you know.
all right. Maybe we could set up a tourism industry.
Yeah? Oh, I brought it downstairs.
Same.
How dare you? But he just kind of chuckles and then he's like, well, I gotta go make contact with one of our people in the college. Try and figure out about that other vampire.
I'll talk to Silverspell tomorrow morning about it too. It's something he should definitely be informed of.
All right, well, if you find out anything, give us a ring if you can.
Yeah, I've met you, so I can send you a message.
Until just kind of slowly turn away and walk off in the direction of the college.
All right, and then I'll take a roundabout way to get home.
It's after this whole bonding moment, me completely humanizing the bad guy.
Oh
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah. But what if he's not the only one here?
Seamus
Yeah,
might be
that's
a
true.
decent guy, but there could be people watching.
Yeah, there could be. There could be. So the rest of you.
Actually, I could get within 500 feet of home and be on the wrong side of the street and just teleport home.
Um, I'm assuming that y'all are just gonna leave the place and head back wherever. I'm assuming probably the hunters.
I'm heading to the train station.
Oh, okay.
It's like after midnight.
You think the kobolds sleep back?
No, they
I
got
thought you were gonna go see a goblin.
they have 24-hour shifts, I'm sure.
Yeah, I am going to see a goblin.
Oh,
We get 3 2-hour breaks over 24-hour period. Next, would you be staying behind with the boss, or would you be going with your allies,
right.
acquaintances, if you will?
People. For now, I will partake in traveling with them.
Okay.
Goodbye, Luke.
Well, what happened?
You said he'd be right
Discord
back.
crashed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right. So I guess we'll say Ed, Nex, and Bruce. We'll head, and Jarvis. We'll head
To the college, right?
Oh, you're going to the college?
We'll need to inform the Silversmith, don't we?
It is the middle of the night.
Never mind.
Oh, no, yeah, you waited a bit for the boss, and you had your whole questioning and all that. So yeah, it's almost midnight. So
Oh god, we need to sleep.
Yeah,
We're
he's
both
definitely
tired.
not there.
yeah, all right. So I'll say yeah. Next, Jarvis, Ed, Bruce head back to the hunters to go crash. Aaron, you head off to the train station.
Yeah.
It takes you a while, but eventually you get there. The trains don't seem to run, at least for passengers, late at night, so the station's relatively quiet. But there's these, the usual lanterns around, sorry, not lanterns, street lamps around the city that you've since learned not all of them use oil. Usually the ones closer to the college use continual flames. And interestingly enough, the ones by the train station do as well. But you arrive at the train station. It's kind of dark, quiet. The only stand slash business that still seems to be open at this hour is, in fact, the Cobalt Caravan.
I'll go up to the kobold caravan, find the kobold burning the midnight oil.
Quite literally, there's 2 kobolds sitting on the floor behind the desk on like a little pile of blankets, and they have like an oil lamp off to the side next to them, kind of cranked on low, and you hear that like sort of hissing of the flame inside of the glass, and they seem to be playing Go Fish. One just goes, "Any spiky square?" "No." "Go Fish."
Spiky square.
He gets hit with the actual fish.
Yeah, dude just gets his fishing rod and starts heading towards water.
Unfortunately, no such props. They at least seem to grasp some of the basics of the game, though. It seems that they're playing by suits instead of by numbers.
I mean, teach their own, I guess.
Whatever they're playing.
Any shovels?
Uh,
No. Okay.
Shovels.
howdy.
They kind of like have to do a double take and wipe the sleep out of their little eyes. Customer. You want this one? Boulder parchment shears. And then they proceed to have a 2 out of 3 boulder parchment shears, in which the one that asked about spiky squares loses, and he'll put his cards down, get up and come over to you, and you watch as the other kobold just leans over very slowly and tilts up the hand, looking at what he has, puts it down quietly. How can I help?
Yeah, I need to see about setting up an appointment with Mr. Potsticker at some point.
You want to talk big boss?
Yeah, yeah,
You sleep right now.
yeah. I mean, don't wake him up, but I need to know when I can come talk to him. It's
Office
pretty
hours,
important.
9 to 5.
He's working
9 to 5. All right.
But if and he kind of like nods his head to the side for a second and like snaps himself out of it. If return or trouble with delivery can help now, us boss sleep, unless
No,
you come to deliver something.
no. I need to talk to Mr. Potsticker. It's about an old business acquaintance of his that I think he'd be very interested to have knowledge about.
Weird.
Just
You say that like he can hear you talking.
no, just I don't know. Do I have to pay to leave a note for him?
No, but we accept tips.
All right. I'll write out a note that says no, I'll just come back tomorrow. I'll give the kobold uh 3 gold.
Oh, an odd amount, so they can't split it properly.
He
Oh, you dick.
takes the
I
gold.
wanted to get my gold to an even amount.
His eyes
Oh.
just kind of like open up a little bit, and he's like, "Ah, very generous. Thank you. I let Big
Yeah.
Boss know."
All right, thank you.
And as he like turns back around, he holds up the 3 gold, kind of like tauntingly towards the other one. He was gonna split it with you, but I know you looked at my cards. And then he just pockets all 3 of them.
Y'all have good luck with your game.
I knew you had Spiky Square. Or no, sorry, he'd say I knew you had shovel. Yeah, there you go. But alrighty. They go back to their game, and I'm assuming you head back to the hunters.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, this is normally when we would take a break. Not a bad idea to do one, but at the same time, I am barely keeping awake myself. I think I'm gonna call it here because I really gotta get to bed.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah, I know it's an early one. Like I said, I only got like 4 hours last night, and I've been up since like When did I get up? 8. So
Might you stay up so late?
I couldn't fall asleep, and then when I finally did, I closed my eyes, and then it felt like as soon as I closed my eyes, my alarm went off, and then I got up and
That's
did
like,
what I had to do for the day.
that's like going to sleep and waking up like you didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, it's like I blinked.
I've had that before. Yeah, literally fell asleep and then I just like woke up late and it felt like I just blinked. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, Beck.
You get
Not
no
good when it
rest.
It's awful.
I've even gotten the opposite.
Yeah, it could be like 4 hours and still it's like, what?
No, it's like I close my eyes and like, oh, sleep, 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 sleep. Why is only 10 minutes past?
Ugh.
No Marcus this session.
No, but we're going into the next day when he would be in Chicago, so you
I
would.
think Mert's a recall away from dying.
Luke, we're almost in Chicago.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so great to be here. Finally
Yeah.
back in Illinois.
Word recall.
On record, I have one earring done.